Today, Sherri's going to show us release 2 of our Bloom-Topia Quilt Along. Let's get started.
Hi, it's Sherri, and today we are going to make release 2, which is the Carolina Lily block. This is one of my favorite blocks just because my grandmother actually had a lily quilt from her grandmother, and so I grew up just loving this block. So to start out for this block, we're going to make some flying geese unit, and you will start out with a red square, fit right sides together with the background rectangle. You're going to draw a diagonal line, stitch on that line, and then you're going to press and trim that extra piece off. So once you do that, you can see I've already trimmed that piece off here. You're going to take your next square and do the same thing on the other side. Sew on the drawn line, press, trim, and that will give you your flying geese unit. So you will need to make 3 of these red flying geese units for each flower block. And then you'll also need to make the same flying geese unit with the green fabric where the background fabric is. Okay, now we're ready to put the lily flower unit together. We're going to take the 3 flying geese units that we made with the red fabric and the background rectangles, the 1 flying geese unit with the green fabric and the red fabric, and then a red rectangle and 2 background squares. You're going to lay them out like this. Your first step will be to sew the red rectangle to the red and green flying geese unit, and then you'll sew the red flying geese units on either side, and then finally you'll make the top row by sewing the 2 background squares to either side of your 3rd flying geese unit. Then you can sew this section to this section, and you will need to make 3 of these. Next, we're going to make 1 more flying geese unit using the same method that we just used, and this flying geese unit will be made with a background rectangle and 2 of the green squares. And you'll do the exact same thing where you sew on your drawn line and press and trim and make that unit. And I'll show you where we're going to use it. We're going to use it with the stem section. So for the stem section, you're going to take 2 background rectangles and sew on either side of your stem rectangle. Then we are going to take a square, and this technique has a lot of different names. You can call it the flip and sew method or the easy corner triangle method, but what you're going to do is draw a line and diagonal line and sew on that line and flip it, so you'll have a piece like this. So you've got your stem section, then we're just going to do that flip and sew method right on top of this unit, and then we will repeat on the other side, and that gives us a completed stem section unit like this. Make 2 of the green flying geese units that we will use in our completed block. Okay, now we're ready to set this whole block together. You can see that we have the 3 flower sections that we initially made, and then the 2 green flying geese units are added to those sections with 2 more background squares. We will take square background pieces to add to one of our sections, and then to the 2 flower sections with the green flying geese units, we're going to add the background rectangles. So we'll have 2 mirror image units right here, the top unit, and then our stem section fits neatly in between. And so you'll begin by sewing the stem section to the 2 side units, and then we can sew this top section to our bottom unit. And when we do that, we will have our completed Carolina Lily block. Hope you enjoy making the Carolina Lily block, and we'll see you in 2 weeks for the next block pattern release.